Good afternoon. This is All India Radio. I'm Anuja Kumar and with me is Lalima Anecha Dang with the Midday News. The headlines. BJP all set to retain power in Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand, emerging as single largest party in Goa and Manipur. Aam Aadmi Party heading towards a landslide victory in Punjab. UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath leading in Gorakhpur urban constituency. Samajwadi Party Chief Akhilesh Yadav takes a comfortable lead in Karhal. Punjab Chief Minister Charanjit Singh Channi and State Congress Chief Navjot Singh Sidhu trailing behind their AAP rivals. Former Chief Minister Captain Amrinder Singh loses the Patiala seat. Goa Chief Minister Pramod Sawant wins Sankhelim seat. BJP decides to meet Goa Governor today to stake claim to form government in the state. Manipur Chief Minister and BJP leader N. Biren Singh is leading in Hengang. BJP candidate Bhuban Gam wins assembly by poll in Assam's Majuli constituency. BJP says the mandate of the people in UP, Uttarakhand, Goa and Manipur is the reflection of good governance and development works. Aam Aadmi Party says Punjab has given chance to Arvind Kejriwal's model of governance. Election Commission withdraws blanket ban on victory processions during and after counting. A special flight brings home 146 Indian nationals from Bucharest this morning. In the Women's World Cup, New Zealand beat India by 62 runs at Seddon Park in Hamilton. And in German Open Badminton, PV Sindhu, Kidambi Srikanth, Saina Nehwal and Lakshya Sen to play second round matches today. As we start the bulletin, we appeal to our listeners to stay safe from COVID-19 by following these 4 simple steps. Get fully vaccinated, wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki doori for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. And now the news in detail. BJP is all set to retain power in Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand. The party is also emerging as the single largest party in Goa and Manipur. In Punjab, Aam Aadmi Party is heading towards a landslide victory. In Uttar Pradesh, trends are available for all 403 seats. Ruling party has taken a lead in 246 seats, while SP is leading at 124 seats, way behind the BJP. BJP's ally Apna Dal Sonelal is leading at 11 seats, while RLD is leading in 9. BSP is leading at 2 seats, while Congress at 1. Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has taken a comfortable lead in Gorakhpur urban constituency. BJP candidate Siddharthnath Singh is also leading in Allahabad West. Former Chief Minister and SP leader Akhilesh Yadav is leading in Karhal. In Uttarakhand, trends are available for all 70 seats. BJP is leading in 46 seats, Congress in 20, BSP and Uttarakhand Janikta Party at 1 each and Independent at 2. Former Chief Minister and Congress candidate Harish Rawat is trailing behind BJP candidate Dr. Mohan Singh Bisht in Lal Kuan constituency. In Punjab, results have been declared for 6 seats, while 4 have gone in favour of Aam Aadmi Party. BJP and Congress have bagged 1 seat each. Trends are available for remaining 113 assembly seats. Aam Aadmi Party leading at 87, Congress in 17, SAD in 4, BJP, BSP and Independent at 1 seat each. Punjab Chief Minister Charanjit Singh Channi and State Congress President Navjot Singh Sidhu is trailing behind their Aam Aadmi Party rivals. Channi is trailing behind in both the constituencies he contested. Punjab Aam Aadmi Party Chief CM candidate Bhagwant Singh Mann is leading from Dhuri constituency. Former Chief Minister and Punjab Lok Congress Chief Captain Amrinder Singh has lost to AAP candidate Ajit Pal Singh Kohli in Patiala.
In Manipur, results have been declared for 2 seats. Ruling BJP and Janata Dal United have bagged 1 seat each. Trends are available for 39 seats in 60-member assembly. Ruling BJP is leading in 19, Congress in 3, National People's Party 4, NPF 7, JDU 3, Kuki People's Alliance 1 and Independent 2. BJP leader and Chief Minister N. Biren Singh is leading in Hengang. In Goa, out of 4 results declared so far, 3 have gone in favour of the BJP and 1 in Congress. Goa Chief Minister and BJP candidate Pramod Sawant has won the Sankulam Assembly seat. He defeated his nearest rival and Congress candidate Dharmesh Saglani by a margin of 625 votes. BJP candidate Atanasio Montserrat has defeated former Chief Minister Manohar Parikar's son, and independent candidate Utpal Parikar is in Panji constituency. In Porvorim, Rohan Kaunte of BJP has defeated Trinamool Congress candidate Sandeep Wazarkar by a margin of 7,950 votes. In Kalangood Assembly seat, Congress candidate Michael Vincent Lobo has defeated his nearest rival and BJP candidate Joseph Robert Sequeira. Trends are available for the remaining 36 seats. BJP is leading in 16, Congress in 9, Maharashtravadi Gomantak Party 3, AAP 2, Goa Forward Party 1, Revolutionary Goans Party 1 and Independent 3. Former Chief Minister and BJP candidate Ravi Nayak is trailing from Ponda constituency in a multi-cornered contest where Ketan Prabhu Bhattikar of MGP is leading. Former Chief Minister Digampar Kamath of Congress is leading, whereas Deputy Chief Minister Ajgaonkar Manohar of BJP is trailing from Margaon seat. In Majuli Assembly by-election of Assam, Bhuban Gam of BJP is leading over Chittaranjan Basumatri of Assam Jatiya Parishad.
And now we have a senior political analyst, Mr. K.V. Prasad, with us on phone. Mr. Prasad, welcome to All India Radio studio.
Thank you.
With the BJP leading in 4 states, how will this affect BJP's fortunes in the 2024 general elections? And how do you see the overall national scenario now?
Well, it certainly puts Bharatiya Janata Party in the driver's seat as they head towards the general elections in 2024. Of course, if one were to look at the past results of both the assemblies in states, of the 5 states that have gone to polls, and the subsequent Lok Sabha elections, be it 2014 and 2019, you will have a mixed bag. So it's not necessarily that every win in the assembly seat to a party concerned, whether it is the BJP or some other, were automatically repeated when it came to the national elections, because here the basic calculations remain different. A discerning voter knows when they vote for a national government and when they vote for a government in the state. So that having been said, but yes, these results should really buoy the Bharatiya Janata Party to go ahead when they head for the 2024 election. Of course, next year we have 2 more elections, which will be the home stretch, as I would say so.
Okay, and Bharatiya Janata Party, as we all know, is set to return to power in Uttar Pradesh as the party has crossed the halfway mark in early rounds of counting. What are the issues that appealed most to the people this time?
Well, I think now we can safely say that the larger issue that the Bharatiya Janata Party and the Chief Minister, Mr. Yogi Adityanath, and under Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the governance model which they offered in terms of development, in terms of allowing people to benefit from the various schemes that the government of India and the government of Uttar Pradesh ran in conjunction. So the double engine government which was being used as a campaign is really what people took as something which benefited them, be in terms of the gas connections which we saw in 2017 to the houses and the Nalka Jal scheme and so on and so forth, which affects everyday's life. So I think that is there. And law and order was one situation which we heard throughout that the law and order situation had considerably improved in Uttar Pradesh, and probably that is one reason that we see the women voters in particular. We heard many voices of women voters telling that they felt far more secure in terms of when they started going out. So I think the level of confidence is something which shows when the voting took place.
Thank you, Mr. Prasad, for being with us.
And now we go over to our Manipur correspondent, JJ Thokchom. Hello, Thokchom, and welcome to the news from AIR. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, what is the latest update you have there?
Anuja, right now BJP is leading at 20 seats, while Congress is trailing at 3 seats. The counting of votes for some assembly constituency has already finished, but the official announcement and distribution of certificate is halted due to the launch break of counting official. The present Chief Minister N. Biren Singh is leading in Hangang AC by a huge margin, so we can expect that he will win the seat. Former Minister Thokchom Radisham also leading in Hairok Assembly constituency by 6 rounds from his nearest rival candidate, the richest candidate of 12th general election to Manipur Legislative Assembly, Sapam Nishikanta of Kashamtung AC, he is also leading in sixth and final round of counting from his rival candidate of RPI Athwale. Another is that the Minister of CAF and PD, Saityavrata, is leading in Jaispur AC. The former Super Cop and JDU candidate, Binda, is behind second rank in this AC. Congress leader and former Chief Minister of Manipur, Okram Ibobi, is leading in Thawal AC till final round from his nearest rival, BJP candidate. Now, Anuja, we have seen that workers, along with the winning candidates, have started reaching the office of returning officer to get the certificate, and they are dancing and overjoyed. Anuja, it seems that the festival of democracy is really going on in Manipur right now, and we hope that the BJP party seems to get major seats this time. Anuja.
All right. Well, I'm not Anuja here. I'm Lalima this side. Thokcha, never mind. Anuja is here with me. And,
Okay.
yes.
And moving on, a senior BJP leader and Chief Minister Pramod Sawant said the party will form the new government in Goa. Mr. Sawant said the party will take support of Maharashtrawadi Gomantak Party MGP and independent candidates. He said the BJP has decided to meet Goa Governor P.S. Sridharan Pillai today to stake claim for government formation in the state. BJP General Secretary Arun Singh has said that the mandate of the people in 4 states, namely Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Goa and Manipur, is the reflection of the good governance and development works. Talking to AIR News, BJP spokesperson R.P. Singh said the people of these states have reposed their faith in Prime Minister Narendra Modi's leadership. He also said that in Punjab, the BJP's vote share has increased.
5 साल सत्ता में रहने के बाद भी अपना वोट बैंक मेंटेन करना है और अपनी सीटें भी लगभग मेंटेन करना है, ये बड़ी बात है। और ये स्पष्ट दिखता है कि जो डबल इंजन की सरकार है और वो एक उपयोगी सरकार है, ये लोगों को समझ में आया इस बार चुनाव के अंदर। लोगों ने जो बांटकर राजनीति करने का जो एजेंडा था उसको रिजेक्ट किया है। लोग इस बार अलग पक्ष से वोट दे रहे हैं। इतने सालों बाद वापस से कोई सरकार उत्तर प्रदेश में रिपीट हुई, उत्तराखंड में कभी कोई सरकार रिपीट नहीं हुई थी, वो वहां रिपीट हुई। गोवा में, मणिपुर में जिस प्रकार से हमारा अच्छा प्रदर्शन है, स्पष्ट दिखता है कि पूरे देश में लोग डबल इंजन की सरकार जो मोदी जी के साथ चलती है उसके पक्ष में है।
We are now connected with our Panaji correspondent KK Lal. We go over live to him. Mr. Lal, now what's latest update do you have from there?
Well, Anuja, BJP is set to form new government in Goa. In view of this, political activities have begun in the state. Senior BJP leader and Chief Minister Pramod Sawant said the party will form the new government in the state. Senior BJP leaders are in touch with leaders of Maharashtrawadi Gomantak Party and those independent candidates who are maintaining leading trend in counting. The BJP has decided to meet Goa Governor P.S. Sridharan Pillai to stake claim for government formation in the state. Anuja, I am giving you the latest result. Okay. MJP candidate Jeet Arlokar won from Mandran seat. Congress candidate Kedar Nayak elected from Saligaon seat. BJP candidate Joshua D'Souza won from Mapusa constituency, where Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed election meetings. BJP candidate Praveen Arlekar elected from Burnham Assembly constituency.
Okay, Mr. Lal. Thank you for those updates.
And now we go over to our Uttarakhand correspondent, Raghvesh. Oh, I'm sorry. I think we've lost contact with him. Yes, carry on.
And carrying on with the BJP's reaction coming up, Union Minister and BJP leader Arjun Ram Meghwal said this is people's blessing for good governance and development.
यही आशीर्वाद होता है जो डेवलपमेंट और गुड गवर्नेंस। ऐसा नहीं है कि अखिलेश जी को अवसर नहीं मिला, उन्होंने गुड गवर्नेंस और डेवलपमेंट की तरफ वो गए ही नहीं। उन्होंने जिस तरह से नीतियां बनाई उससे गुंडागर्दी बढ़ गई, उससे महिलाओं में असुरक्षा की भावनाएं बढ़ गई। तो जनता ने देखा कि बीजेपी का शासन अच्छा है, यहाँ महिलाओं की सुरक्षा भी है, डेवलपमेंट की योजनाएं हमारे घरों तक पहुंची है, इसलिए आशीर्वाद दिया है।
Party spokesman Shehzad Poonawala described the mandate of the people in the assembly elections as an endorsement of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's leadership and welfare schemes.
जो 4 राज्यों के रुझान निकल कर आ रहे हैं इससे एक बात स्पष्ट है कि भारत में एक नई राजनीतिक संस्कृति निर्माण हो रही है। इंडिपेंडेंस के बाद कोई भी पूर्ण काल तक चलने वाली सरकार वापसी नहीं कर पाई है। उत्तराखंड में भी चलन है कि एक बार सरकार बीजेपी की, एक बार कांग्रेस की होती थी। गोवा में 10 वर्ष बीजेपी की सरकार रही है, वहां पर भी हम आगे हैं और मणिपुर में भी सरकार चलाने के बाद वहां पर भी हम सरकार बनाने की दिशा में आगे बढ़ रहे हैं। इसका मतलब प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी की जो केंद्रीय योजनाएं हैं, नेतृत्व है, कार्यक्षमता है, इस पर एक पॉजिटिव मैंडेट दिया जा रहा है और ये एक पॉलिटिकल और फिलोसॉफिकल एंडोर्समेंट है प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी की लीडरशिप के बाद।
Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan said the politics of divide and rule is no longer acceptable to the people.
राष्ट्रीयकरण की राजनीति इस देश में अब नहीं चलेगी। बांटने वाले नकारे जाएंगे। आतंक और गुंडागर्दी फैलाने वालों को अब राजनीति में कोई स्थान नहीं रहेगा। ये चुनाव तमाम वादों से ऊपर उठ गया। संप्रदायवाद, जातिवाद और मोदी जी के प्रति विश्वास के रूप में जनता ने भारतीय जनता पार्टी को आशीर्वाद दिया है।
Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Thakur today said people have voted for BJP in Uttar Pradesh irrespective of their caste, class and religion. Talking to media on BJP's performance on Uttar Pradesh Assembly polls, Mr. Thakur said people have placed their faith on the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath.
योगी जी ने जो कानून व्यवस्था को सुधारने का काम किया, गरीब कल्याणकारी योजनाओं को जन जन तक पहुंचाने का काम किया और जो विकास को जो नई रफ्तार दी है, कहीं न कहीं कानून व्यवस्था, गरीब कल्याण और विकास, ये मुद्दे जनता में बहुत बढ़ चढ़ कर थे। लोग मानते थे कि हमारा उत्तर प्रदेश आगे बढ़ा है और मोदी जी की लोकप्रियता जो पूरे उत्तर प्रदेश में देखने को मिली, हर वर्ग के, हर जाति धर्म के लोगों में, गरीब से गरीब व्यक्ति ने दिल खोलकर मोदी जी और योगी जी को अपना आशीर्वाद दिया है।
All right, now we go over to our Uttarakhand correspondent Raghavesh. Raghavesh, welcome. Hello.
Yeah.
Raghavesh, I'm Lalima this side from the studios of AIR. Raghavesh, it's not easy to campaign in a hilly terrain like Uttarakhand. Also, there was change of 3 chief ministers. Despite that, the verdict seems to be in the favor of the BJP. What is the latest update you have on this?
Right. A clear picture will emerge in the next few hours. The most recent figures of the election commission trend for all 70 seats indicate BJP leading in 46 seats, with Congress coming in second, leading 20 seats, BSP leading in 1 seat, with independents ahead in 3 constituencies. Despite giving a close fight to the BJP in the early rounds, Congress is trailing behind BJP now, which crossed the majority mark in early 10. Among the prominent faces, as per the election commission's latest figure, Congress senior leader Harish Rawat and BJP's chief minister face and senior leader of Bharatiya Janata Party, Pushkar Singh Dhami, both are trailing from Lalkuan and Khatima assembly constituencies, respectively. However, political experts predict that BJP may get clear majority as per latest trend. Yeah, Lalima?
Yes, and now we move over to more news. AAP convener and Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has congratulated the people of Punjab as AAP is moving towards a big win in the state assembly polls. AAP leader and Delhi Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia today said Punjab has given chance to Arvind Kejriwal's model of governance. Talking to media in New Delhi on the party's performance in Punjab, Mr. Sisodia said this model of governance has been established at the national level today. He called it a victory of the common man. Mr. Sisodia said AAP had fielded candidates in Goa, Uttarakhand and Uttar Pradesh, but the focus was on Punjab. He expressed hope that people in these states will also start to believe in the party gradually. Talking to AIR News, AAP leader Raghav Chaddha said people of Punjab have proved that they like the pair of Arvind Kejriwal and Bhagwant Mann.
आज परमात्मा ने, गुरु महाराज ने अपना मेहर वाला हाथ अपने बच्चों पे, आम आदमी पार्टी पे रखा है। पंजाब के लोगों ने आम आदमी पार्टी को दी है। आज पंजाब ने ये साबित कर दिया कि उन्हें केजरीवाल साहब और भगवंत मान जी की जोड़ी पसंद है। इस जीत के असली हकदार पंजाब के लोग हैं। एक साफ सुथरी ईमानदार पार्टी आम आदमी पार्टी को चुना। आज आम आदमी पार्टी सिर्फ पंजाब में ही नहीं, आज पूरे देश में एक नेशनल फोर्स बन के उभरी है, एक राष्ट्रीय ताकत बन के उभरी है।
The Election Commission has relaxed the guidelines on victory processions during and after the counting and withdrawn the blanket ban on victory processions in view of COVID situation. However, this relaxation will be subject to existing instructions of SDMA and preventive measures imposed by concerned district authorities. The Commission had earlier issued guidelines to regulate various aspects of elections, including victory processions during the COVID period. As the COVID situation improved, EC gradually relaxed the norms concerning electioneering in consultation with Union Health Ministry and state governments.
You are listening to the Midday News on All India Radio. Here's a reminder of the headlines before we move on. BJP all set to retain power in Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand, emerging as the single largest party in Goa and Manipur. Aam Aadmi Party heading towards a landslide victory in Punjab. UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath leading in Gorakhpur urban constituency. Samajwadi Party Chief Akhilesh Yadav takes a comfortable lead in Karhal. Punjab Chief Minister Charanjit Singh Channi and State Congress Chief Navjot Singh Sidhu trailing behind their AAP rivals. Former Chief Minister Captain Amarinder Singh trailing behind in Patiala. Goa Chief Minister Pramod Sawant wins Sanquillim seat. BJP decides to meet Goa Governor today to stake claim to form government in the state. Manipur Chief Minister and BJP leader N. Biren Singh is leading in Hengang. BJP candidate Bhubam Gam wins assembly by poll in Assam's Majuli constituency. BJP says the mandate of the people in Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Goa and Manipur is the reflection of good governance and development work. Aam Aadmi Party says Punjab has given chance to Arvind Kejriwal's model of governance. Election Commission withdraws blanket ban on victory processions during and after counting. A special flight brings home 146 Indian nationals from Bucharest this morning. In the Women's World Cup, New Zealand beat India by 62 runs at Seddon Park in Hamilton. And in German Open Badminton, PV Sindhu, Kidambi Srikanth, Saina Nehwal and Lakshya Sen to play second round matches today. Well, for quick news updates around the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
मिलकर एक शुरुआत करें, चलो एक फैसला आज करें, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे, चलो एक इरादा करते हैं, चलो कुछ वादा करते हैं, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे.
Welcome back to the Midday News on All India Radio. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be on a 2-day visit to Gujarat from tomorrow. The Prime Minister will participate in Gujarat Panchayat Mahasammelan and address the gathering in the afternoon. On Saturday, Mr. Modi will dedicate the building of Rashtriya Raksha University to the nation. He will also deliver first convocation address of the Rashtriya Raksha University as the chief guest. In the evening, the Prime Minister will declare open the 11th Khel Mahakumbh and deliver an address on the occasion. Over 45 lakh sportspersons have registered for the 11th Khel Mahakumbh. A special flight under Operation Ganga carrying 146 Indian nationals from Ukraine landed at Hindan Air Base this morning from Romanian capital Bucharest. Minister of State for External Affairs Rajkumar Ranjan Singh received them on their arrival.
Russian and Ukrainian foreign ministers will hold face-to-face talks in Turkey's resort town of Antalya today. It is the first high-level meet between Kiev and Moscow since Russia began military operation in Ukraine 2 weeks ago. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov will meet his Ukrainian counterpart Dmytro Kuleba after the third round of negotiations between their countries ended on Tuesday without any solution. In the Union territory of Jammu and Kashmir, one terrorist was killed by security forces in a gunfight that broke out between terrorists and security forces in Naina Batpora area of South Kashmir's Pulwama district this morning. The identity of the slain terrorist is being ascertained. Meanwhile, the operation in the area was underway when the reports last came in. Further details are awaited.
More than 179 crore 53 lakh COVID vaccine doses have been administered in the country so far under the nationwide vaccination drive. Health Ministry said more than 18 lakh 23,000 doses were administered in the last 24 hours. The ministry said a total of 4,184 new cases were reported during the same period. The recovery rate is currently at 98.70%. A total of 6,544 people recovered in the last 24 hours. The Sensex and the Nifty today climbed more than 1% in the afternoon trade. Both stocks jumped amid gains in other Asian share markets. The BSE Sensex was trading above 55,300 mark, while the NSE Nifty was trading above 16,550 level. The Sensex rose 699 points or 1.28% to trade at 55,346. The Nifty also gained 208 points or 1.27% to trade at 16,553. In the forex market, the rupee also appreciated 30 paise against the US dollar. The domestic currency was trading at 76 rupees and 26 paise per dollar when reports last came in. And here are the latest trends available from 5 states where counting is in progress. In Uttar Pradesh, total seats 403, trends available 403, BJP leading in 247, SP in 122, Apna Dal Sonilal on 100, 11, on 11, RLD 9, BSP on 2, Congress on 1, others on 11. In the state of Uttarakhand, total seats 70, trends available on 70, BJP leading in 47, Congress in 19, BSP on 1, Independent on 2, others on 1. In Punjab, total seats are 117, results declared on 15, AAP wins 11, Congress bags 2, BJP gets 1, Independent gets 1. Trends available 102, AAP 81, Congress 16, SAD 3, BJP 1 and BSP 1. While in Goa, total seats are 40, results declared 5, BJP wins 3, Congress backs 2, trends available 35, BJP leading in 17, Congress in 9, AAP in 2 and MGP in 2. GFP on 1, RGP in 1 and Independent on 3 seats. Talking about Manipur, total seats are 60, results declared on 4, BJP wins 1, JDU on 3, trends available for 38 seats, BJP leading in 20, NPP on 5, NPF on 5, Congress on 3, JDU on 2, Kuki People's Alliance 1 and Independent 2.
Sports news now. Well, women's cricket. In the ICC Women's World Cup, New Zealand defeated India by 62 runs at Seddon Park in Hamilton today. Chasing a victory target of 261 runs, India were all out at 198 runs in 46.4 overs. Harmanpreet Kaur with 71, Captain Mithali Raj 31 and Yastika Bhatia 28 were the top scorers for India. India's Julan Goswami became the joint highest wicket taker in Women's ODI World Cups. She equalled the tally of 39 wickets taken by Lyanne Fulston of Australia from 1982 to 1988. Badminton. Top Indian shuttlers PV Sindhu, Kidambi Srikanth, Saina Nehwal and Lakshya Sen will play their second round matches at the German Open in Berlin today.
And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. BJP all set to retain power in Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand, emerging as single largest party in Goa and Manipur. Aam Aadmi Party heading towards a landslide victory in Punjab. UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath leading in Gorakhpur urban constituency. Samajwadi Party Chief Akhilesh Yadav takes a comfortable lead in Karhal. Punjab Chief Minister Charanjit Singh Channi and State Congress Chief Navjot Singh Sidhu trailing behind their AAP rivals. Former Chief Minister Captain Amrinder Singh loses the Patiala seat. Goa Chief Minister Pramod Sawant wins Sankelem seat. BJP decides to meet Goa Governor today to stake claim to form government in the state. Manipur Chief Minister and BJP leader N. Biren Singh is leading in Hengang. BJP candidate Bhuban Gam wins assembly by poll in Assam's Majuli constituency. BJP says the mandate of the people in UP, Uttarakhand, Goa and Manipur is the reflection of good governance and development works. Aam Aadmi Party says Punjab has given chance to Arvind Kejriwal's model of governance. Election Commission withdraws blanket ban on victory processions during and after counting. A special flight brings home 146 Indian nationals from Bucharest this morning. In the Women's World Cup, New Zealand beat India by 62 runs at Seddon Park in Hamilton. And in German Open Badminton, PV Sindhu, Kidambi Srikanth, Saina Nehwal and Lakshya Sen to play second round matches today. And with that we end the midday news.